Hi, everybody. It's Ellen Jaffe Jones, and you just never know with social media what is going to pop up. So I thought I would jump in with some real estate news you could use Tuesdays. I do that on other social media platforms, and today it is actually 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And it's probably noon somewhere. But the reason I'm not doing my live broadcast at noon on Facebook, which is usually where I do it, is because PCRM, Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine, one of the largest vegan, plant-based, whatever name you want to throw on it, animal rights nonprofit in the world, is featuring me on their noon podcast, which is called The Exam Room. And Neil Barnard, who is my hero in life, is he's the president of PCRM and is just an amazing person, one of the most giving people I have ever met, and just gives his life to the animals, has been the voice of animals, and has just done so many things that I can't even begin to describe it. You can go on their website because they do a much better job of it, in talking about the different victories they've had in court and just in raising public awareness about the different things that um, run around crazy in the animal rights world, and also very much in the medical part of being plant-based, which is now so mainstream. I mean, I am a real estate agent now. We'll talk about that in a minute, in Sarasota, Florida. Yes, and the reason I actually did that had much to do with my book tour getting canceled. But the hospital, which is like walking distance from here almost, Sarasota Memorial, actually does the Dean Ornish program for reversing heart disease. And it's all vegan, plant-based, whatever word you want to use with it. So it's very mainstream, and I just credit that whole health, the many benefits that there are from going plant-based on a health from a health standpoint to Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine. So I have supported them over the years. I've been a cooking instructor for what was first the Cancer Project, and now Food for Life classes that are all over the world, where we were actually the first group of recruits of people to teach massive cooking classes. I had sometimes 60 people in a cooking class that was free. So really cool to be able to have done all that. And then, of course, I wrote my 6 books, starting with Eat Vegan on $4 a day, which, and then, ending with, well, technically ending with Vegan for One, which I say is the result of, if my 5th book doesn't work out for you, which is Vegan Sex, then you've got Vegan for One. But it's all good. Any way you want to be vegan, there are just so many ways to do it, and hopefully healthful ways that will allow you. The reason I brought this is 1/8 of my medal collection of age group awards that I've received in 5K races or longer since 2006, just on plants. That's right. I am, guess my age. I'll give you an extra bonus point if you guess it. Okay. So it's out there, but I'm really proud to say that I am going on 68 years old, and I have placed in 199 5K races or longer, including a couple of half marathons for my age group. And it's been stuck at 199 because COVID, like everything, not only canceled my book tour and my speaking tour, but also all of the races, it seems, all over the planet. So I was doing sometimes as many as 2 5Ks on one weekend, even did 2 in one day once. That was a little insane, but I placed in both. And, I kind of joke, I just show up at my age group, that, if I just show up, I win. It's not entirely true, actually, because people, when they retire, they have nothing better to do than hire a coach from UCLA or some other place and go out and do it. So I usually do Facebook Lives at noon, and we have hundreds of people watching sometimes. So I just thought I would give this a try on YouTube to see. I do have a channel here, and I try and post every week here now since I've been in real estate. And I just want to talk about that a little bit, because it is actually billed as a real estate subject here. And I have been in real estate pretty much all my life in terms of growing up with it. My father owned a lighting fixture store in St. Louis, and it's amazing how many people I meet in Sarasota who remember or knew my family from there. So we used to go around weekends on new construction projects, and Dad would try and figure out, like, how could he contact the builder the following day and make those connections. So, and as we speak, my broker is just going to walk through the back of the screen here. Hi, Troy. Hi, honey. Yes, he's also my boyfriend. How cool is that? But he's got lots of calls to make because that's what we do in real estate. And so what do? We kind of just get the word out there that this is what we do. And being, he's also vegan. And it's, we've done a number of interviews using, just under the guise of the topics of my books. And it has been kind of an interesting story. The short story is we met almost 5 years ago now. He would do meetups, vegan meetups at his house. I would go. And we were both in different relationships until last summer. And my parting words at the party were the vegan meetup, when we could do those kinds of things. And he would have these amazing potlucks at his house. Like all the vegans in Sarasota and beyond would come and bring a great potluck dish. And it was fabulous food. But anyway, my parting words were, if you know any guys who are vegan, send them my way. Because I've never been involved with a vegan until the age of 62, when I wrote that was before I wrote my book on that topic, because it was such a different experience. And I've talked about that in other videos. I'm not going to talk about it here, but just suffice it to say that it's all about blood flow, as any vegan cardiologist will tell you. So what's good for the heart is good for other parts. These are the big vessels. And by the time they clog up and have the death-defying heart attack, you already have clogging issues 30 years in advance, which is why ED is the leading indicator of heart disease by as much as 30 years. And I saw that in every relationship I had. And I was always told, oh, it's just a part of aging, just a part of life. No, it is not. And it works for women too. I'll just say that. So anyway, that is that's the Troy story. And we did connect, and I was thinking about going into real estate anyway. And then I got my license, and that was before COVID hit. And then when COVID hit, it was like, oh my gosh, time to pivot. And to be honest, I really wasn't making money doing the book tour anyway. It's such a labor of love. And I've always preached that to my children: do what you love and the money will come. Well, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Or in this case, I would donate it back to PCRM, or fund the work that I was doing for them and for myself, maintaining a website, all the expenses that it takes to travel. I was lucky to have my publisher who paid my way and got me into all these incredible veg fests, from New York to Toronto. My first veg fest was the Toronto Veg Fest, which at the time was the largest veg fest in North America. 3 days, like 60,000 people. How crazy was that? So, I learned by fire, and it was great fun. And of course, using my 18 years of TV news experience, it was great to incorporate that into what I was doing and speaking, because a lot of people are terrified to speak, which I'm not. So, it's all about trying to change the world and making life a better place for people. And that's, kind of why I'm doing the real estate thing. I'll post a link below, I think, if I can do that. Ellen Sells Sarasota, that is my website. That's my Facebook page, or you can track me down individually. But I've actually done some lives from different locations around town. And as a result of doing one by the nesting, well, not too close, but a distance from the nesting skimmer birds here in Lido Key, which is an area near Sarasota, I actually had somebody contact me and say, I want to live there. I want to be a steward of the environment. I want to be the voice of the voiceless, and have some connection there. So within 48 hours, we were under contract, and she's going to close on that condo that she saw sight unseen just from pictures online. Didn't see it until the inspection, and she'll be closing in about a week or so on that property and moving here, whole kit and caboodle, packing up. And I'm working with another client who, same thing. She just said, Florida's such a healthy, despite all the insanities and what you hear about COVID, it really depends where you are. We are not that congested here in Sarasota versus places like Dade County, Miami, Broward County. So we just don't have the kind of COVID cases that the bigger cities have had, and it's just a beautiful place to live. And my client says, I just have the idea that I can be healthier here. So, all right, well, that's all I wanted to share. The market is hopping here, it really is. It feels like, and I've said this many times, that the upper 49, 48 are evacuating here. They want space, and they are here. So the market is robust. The inventory is low. And we actually have a couple of properties listed as part of an auction, not, a foreclosure auction, but one where they actually can bid on something like an art auction. And the reason for that is to make it so transparent, because people go like, well, gosh, if only I'd known I could just pay another $5,000, I would have gotten the house of my dreams. I certainly would have done that. And what we're seeing now is, because the inventory is so low, that people are getting shut out. They're bidding above asking price and still not getting it because four other people put in bids that were higher than what they did. So that's the story. Hope it helps. And if you have any questions or comments, just drop them below, and we got to run.